welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be swatching for you the Early Bird Holographic Collection from Bluebird Lacquer. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new, hey, go ahead and subscribe. I upload new live swatching videos to my channel every week. So this beautiful collection of saturated holographics launch on the Bluebird Lacquer site on May 14th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So although these polishes are not limited edition, once this batch sells out, the maker will close the site so they can fulfill the orders that have been placed, and then the site will reopen and these polishes will be restocked on June 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're watching this a little bit after I post this video and you're clicking on that Bluebird link trying to figure out what's going on, just know that these polishes will be restocked on June 11th. So besides the fact that this collection is just absolutely gorgeous, I'm excited about it for a couple additional reasons. One reason is that it's my first time swatching a full collection for Bluebird Lacquer. I've adored their polishes for a really long time, so it is a dream come true to get to share them with you. I'm also really excited to share that each bottle of polish costs $9. If you love indie polishes too, you know that price tag is really hard to come by. I'll leave the Bluebird Lacquer site, their Instagram page, and their Facebook group in the description box. You'll be able to see other swatches there and check out the polishes once they've launched. Alright, I'm really excited to share these with you, so let's get into the swatches. So first up, this gorgeous bright pink is Learn the Birdnacular. Oh yeah, gonna go ahead and warn you that these names are pretty ridiculously on brand. So Learn the Birdnacular is described as being a bright raspberry pink, and I couldn't agree more. I absolutely love that description. It's exactly what I envision when I think of a pink summertime polish. It's fun, it's bright, it's beautiful. All of these applied pretty similarly, so hopefully I won't be too repetitive, but this one was almost a one coater. I couldn't see any nail line after that first coat. However, I did go in for a second just to plump it out and get as many of those gorgeous holographic flakes as possible. The finish on these is just beautiful, so sparkly in the sun, and luckily I was able to get some shots of that for you. So here's what this one looks like in the sun. Just check out that holographic. The formula is a dream, so pretty. Pictured are two coats of Learn the Birdnacular with a glossy top coat. Kind of continuing in a rainbow order here, this is ducking awesome. It's described as being a coppery orange, and again, great description. It's definitely a copper leaning orange. Now usually I associate the color orange with fall, not summer necessarily, but this one has a brightness to it that I think would make it so perfect transitioning from late summer into early fall. Application for this one was quite similar. It was nearly a one coater. The brushes on these are absolutely fantastic. I don't feel like they're too wide, so if you're someone who doesn't love a wide paddle brush, I don't think you'll have any issues with this one. I really enjoyed using it. So here's what it looks like in two coats, and you can see even in my studio lighting just how beautiful the holographic is. Here's what it looks like in the sunlight, and I will say this shade on me, if you've got a medium skin tone, it does pull just slightly nude on you, which I actually really like. Pictured are two coats of This Is Ducking Awesome with a glossy top coat. Next we have This Is Hawkward, which is a lemony yellow, just absolutely beautiful. In my opinion, this one was one of the more saturated colors in the bunch. A few of these lean slightly pastel, where I thought they would be great transitioning from spring to summer. Well, I mean, all of them could be great transitioning from spring to summer, but this one truly felt like a summer polish to me. It was very bright and beautiful. Application was great on this one too. Wasn't sure what to expect since it was a yellow, but almost got full opacity on that first coat and did get full opacity on the second one. On my skin tone, when this I had on all of my nails, I almost felt like it took on a kind of yellow leaning gold appearance. Here's what that looks like outdoors. It's definitely a yellow, but it looks slightly gold under certain lightings. Pictured are 2 coats of This is Hawkward with a glossy top coat. And next we have Toucan Play This Game. This was described as being a dark seafoam green. Now, I wasn't able to pick a favorite from this collection. I always struggle with that a little bit when the formulas are the same. They just come in a variety of colors. But surprisingly, this was one of my favorites of the collection. It definitely was in my top 3. I just think the base color is so fresh and bright and beautiful, and it really popped well on the nails. Application for this one, similar to the others, but I felt like, and maybe it was just my application, I felt like it was slightly more opaque than the other polishes. I actually would have felt very comfortable wearing this one in just 1 coat, but I applied 2 for good measure. Here's what this one looks like outdoors. Just so sparkly. Absolutely beautiful. Pictured are 2 coats of Toucan Play This Game with a glossy top coat. Up next, we have Simply the Nest. Oh my gosh. So this was described as being a vivid cyan blue. And I would say out of this collection, this was another top pick for sure. The base color is bright and fresh. And again, I think so perfect going from spring into summer. It's bright and happy, but it's definitely, you know, a little bit more reserved than, you know, your regular neon that you would wear in the summer. Very beautiful. On application, this one wasn't quite as opaque as Toucan Play This Game. The green, it applied like the others before it, in that I really did desire 2 coats to reach full opacity and to get that plumpness. So here's what this one looks like outdoors in a little bit lower outdoor lighting. So you can see, although the holo isn't visible, you definitely still get a lot of that sparkly effect. So I did want to throw in a quick comparison here. On the left, we have this month's Hella Handmade Creation shade, Rollin' With My Homies. And on the right, we have Simply the Nest from the Early Bird Holos Collection. So I did want to put these side by side because they are slightly similar, but they definitely have their differences. Simply the Nest on the right is more cyan leaning, it's lighter, it's brighter, and it only has that holographic flaky inside. Whereas the polish on the left, Rollin' With My Homies, which I will link below because it is currently available, it's a turquoise-based holo with purple to pink to green to gold shift, and it's also got lavender to pink to gold to green iridescent flakies. So a little bit more going on in Rollin' With My Homies. And here's what they look like side by side. As you can see, Rollin' With My Homies is just a little bit deeper in tone, and then Simply the Nest is brighter. Pictured are 2 coats of Simply the Nest with a glossy top coat. And the last polish I have to share with you in this collection is Cockatiel Hour. This one's described as being a dark lavender purple. So this one's so sparkly and beautiful. If you're a purple lover, you are going to really like this polish. It was a lot of fun to wear. On application, once again, we have great opacity on that first coat. Tons and tons of flakies come out with every single coat, which helps provide a lot of coverage. I will say I didn't have any issues with the flakies bunching up on the nail. They didn't provide any texture. 1 coat of glossy top coat made it nice and smooth and super shiny. Here's what it looks like in lower natural lighting. So dazzling and pretty. Pictured are 2 coats of Cockatiel Hour with a glossy top coat. I gotta say, I was just so impressed with the formula for all of these polishes. I mean, they're all 2 coaters, and it's kind of just like pick the colors that you enjoy most, and it's a win for sure. Let me know in the comments which of these polishes you think you'll be picking up. And while you're here, you should totally check out some of my recent videos. Earlier this week, I live swatched and reviewed a new collection inspired by Bermuda from Cupcake Polish. Last week, I live swatched and reviewed the Stay Golden collection from Wildflower Lacquer inspired by the Golden Girls. And I've been doing a lot of live streams lately, which has been super fun. If you've been part of those, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast. But last week, I live swatched and reviewed some polishes that will be available for this month's Hella Handmade Creations. I will leave the links for all of those videos in the description box so you can check them out if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!